Hey y'all, this is Brandy from Southern Crafts DIY, and I want to say hey to all my returning viewers and welcome any new viewers. So if you follow me on social media, which the links are down below, you'll have seen a list of everything needed for this project, which you can also get that list on the community tab. So I'm just going to have some fun with this project. I actually got this piece I'm going to be using on clearance at Hobby Lobby for like $1.75. It was a really good deal. But we're going to go ahead and jump in. I'm going to show you what's needed. Alright, so this is the piece I'm going to be using. I got this on Hobby Lobby for $1.75. Can you, clearance. On clearance at Hobby Lobby for like $1.75. Can you believe it? And I'm going to tell you the reasons why. Alright, so let me open it. I'm having problems here. The reason why is the original hinges to this set, to this piece, were broke. So I just replaced the hinges. I couldn't find any small enough, so I actually had to cut out the spot and I replaced the hinges, and so I got a perfectly good box for $1.75. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna need one of these. You can get smaller, you don't have to have that exact size, but I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use some white paint. I'm using my Snow White from Waverly. You're gonna need a paintbrush, of course, so you'll need a paintbrush. I'm going to be using these two paper napkins that I got from Dollar Tree. They were $1.25 when I bought them. They might be a little more expensive now. You might not even be able to find these exact ones, but you can get fall themed or whatever theme you want to use. But I'm going to use these two. You're going to need a pair of scissors that I forgot about, of course. You're going to need Mod Podge, and if you don't want to take the hinges and stuff off, when you paint the box, you can use some painter's tape. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and tape up the box where I don't want to paint, and then I'll get started. So I'm just going one step at a time. I kind of piece the tape on there so I don't get too much on the actual box and also leave the piece exposed. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start painting, and I'm going to use my Snow White, like I said, and I'm just going to paint. And I did forget a spot, so let me go and do this real quick, because I'm going to leave these the color, their base color. So let me go ahead and cover these while I'm at it. And I try to push the tape up against it so that I can get it covered, but let me go ahead and do that and then I'll start painting again. I'm going to peel this off and we will see if what I wanted to do worked. And it seems to pretty much have worked. As you can see, the paint really didn't get on anything I didn't want it to. Except for, sorry, right here, but it's fine. So I might go back with a small paintbrush and see about getting, if it's really up on the see right there, I don't want it to touch it, so I'll probably go back with a small paintbrush and fix that. But see, it worked. I don't really use this stuff, so I don't think about it, but it came out good. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead, I'm going to paint the bottom and get that done because that's the easiest. So, like I said, when I'm completely finished, I will show you what it looks like. Alright, yeah, I've painted it. The sides, the top, the bottom, the back, the front. So what we're going to do next is we're going to take this paper towel. Hold on, I lost my scissors. Alright, I found my scissors, so we're going to take this napkin, not paper towel, and we're going to cut it in half. And what we're gonna do is we don't need the second ply. These are 2-ply paper towels, I guess you call them, napkins, whatever. We don't need the white back. If I can get it open. So we're gonna pull that off carefully because we don't want to rip the paper towel, the napkin. And we're gonna fit this in here. I kind of don't want that if I can help it. Actually, let me try something else. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Now, I messed up. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a napkin and I'm gonna do the whole napkin, and I went and I cut these little things off because I really didn't want this design on it, but if y'all don't care, y'all can do that. Because I just want to go in one go and see if I can get this thing on here like this. So we're gonna do like that. We're gonna put it on there, and we're gonna put the Mod Podge down and do it as we go, just so I can see exactly how I want it to be. And there will probably more than likely be wrinkles in it because I've always gotten wrinkles in mine, and I'm fine with that. And let me get this on here. And I'm not going to stress too much if it rips like that. This is very thin, very fine. You have to be very careful with it. So I'm just going to slowly go. Because I really don't want to rip it, so any more than it might already be ripped. And I'm just going to put my glue on there. Now I'm only putting this on the top, so just remember that when we're doing this, it's only going on the top layer. So, oops, that didn't go down. I think that already dried. Just making sure, and I'm trying to be careful when I rub it because I really don't want, like I said, I really don't want to rip it any more than it might already be ripped, you know? Oops. And I'm just trying to get my glue down, and then we're going to go the rest of the way to the edge. And I don't mind the texture, so I don't mind having a little texture on mine with the bumps, so I've yet to figure out how to do it where you don't get the bumps. So I'm still figuring that out because no matter what I've tried, I seem to get bumps. But it doesn't bother me as much as it might bother someone else. So I don't let it faze me that I have bumps on it. Alright, so I'm going to cut this off just to make it a little easier on me. So I can see what I'm doing. Alright. Make sure all the glue is where it needs to be. This corner I don't, yeah, this corner's not down. So I'm gonna work on that corner. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna let that dry. And while we're doing that, I need to go over the top. And I don't know how I feel about this brush, but I'm going to try it. And we're just going to paint a layer over the top. Anybody who's Mod Podged before knows you have to do this. It helps seal it and protect it. I usually use a sponge brush, but I usually use a sponge brush. Sorry, but I wanted to try something different, so I'm just using a regular paintbrush, just to see how it works. So just make sure you get the Mod Podge over every piece of this. Oops, it doesn't matter if you get it elsewhere because it is clear, but I'm just trying not to go too crazy. It dries clear, so it doesn't matter if you get it on the rest of the stuff. I'm not doing anything with those little sides anyways. I'm leaving them the color they are. And I'm just trying to make sure I've gotten everywheres. Because if you don't, then it will mess up. It won't dry right. It'll still be breakable. I mean, rippable. This like harden it. This is just, like I said, it's protective. I really don't know what else to say about it. I like using Mod Podge for certain projects, and this is one of them. And I love using paper towels with it, napkins with it, even though, as you can see, that didn't really, it dried before I got it down. It's fine. If you're worried, you could probably put a little hole in that anywheres, but this layer should work fine to seal it. But it just gives it texture, and I love that. I love how you get texture with this. Alright, so I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll cut the stuff, and then I will show you my next step. Alright, y'all, so it looks like it's dry enough. I'm going to try to cut this off and then move to the next step. So I'm going to try playing with this. So let's see if it works. I'm going to try to get that off. Apparently I got some on the side I didn't mean to get, so I'm just going to slowly cut because I don't want to tear it up, just in case I didn't get it Just in case it's not dried enough, you know? So, just slow and steady. Oopsie. Alright, give me a second because I'm being paged. Alright, and like I said, if any of it's not glued down enough, done enough, I will put more Mod Podge on it. I figured it out. So, I'm just going to go through and slowly cut all this. Seemed like it was dry enough, but it might not be. This is my first time doing this on a surface where I gotta figure out how to cut, you know, because usually it's something I can just flip over and cut flat, and that's not the case with this. Ooh. Yep, that didn't go the way I wanted it to. Yeah. So like I said, anything that looks like it might not be good, I will definitely try to re-glue. Alright, so there. So let me touch it up and then I'll move on. Alright, so my camera kind of messed up. I don't know where it left off at, but I went ahead and cut all this. I fixed any little areas that might have been messed up. And I'm going to move on to the next step. And that is this napkin. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this one in half, because I only need one piece of it. So give me a second, let me get it ready. So, and I don't want these, so I'm going to cut this again. I'm hoping I'm in camera. So I'm cutting the little thingies off that I don't want. The little textures on the napkin. Nice. And then of course, we're going to take the back off and get it off. Alright, so what I want to do is I don't want any of the extra white, so I'm just trimming around the stuff. So this is all I want. And I'm just going to put it right here. Give me a second, y'all. Let me trim it just a little bit. I'm going to try to get it as close to the bottom as I can. I want it to be like that. So, we're going to go ahead. Try to be careful. There we go. Like I said, I'm going to try to get it as close as I can. But yeah, just gonna do it the best I can. To get it down. And then I'm just gonna cover it with my Mod Podge. And there we go. And we'll let it dry. And we'll see how it comes out. I think it's going to come out pretty good. I'm liking it. So, fingers crossed. We got to let it all dry. And then I got to fix the area, get the extra out, and we'll go from there. Alright, it's dry, and as you can see, it is over the opening. So what you're going to do is you're going to take and you're going to just lightly run your knife through there to cut so that you can open it. And look at that. I think it came out really, really cute. So, like I said, because I have some edges, I'm going to take a sanding block. I got this from Dollar Tree. You can get some sandpaper, sanding block, whatever. And I'm just going to run over these edges just to clean it up a little. And there we go. So there is one more thing I'm going to do, and this is completely optional. I didn't put it as a list of what I'm going to do. I decided I did want to do this though. What I'm going to do is, I got this off of Temu. It's called Specular Highlight Pen Marker High Gloss Liquid Mirror. And I got it for, I don't know. I bought it and I think it would look really nice just doing these, because as you can see I got some white on them on accident, so I just want to add a little extra. And this is completely 100% extra. You do not have to do this. So this one is called Star Gold, and I'm hoping it works really well. And it's just like a paint marker. I just gotta wait and get the paint to show up. I shake it, and then I try to bleed it, I guess it's called. I hope this works. I haven't used this marker yet, so give me a second, and once it works I'll show you what I'm gonna do. It came out, so what I want to do is I just want to see how this looks. I'm just gonna go around the edges, I guess you'd call it, of this. And this is, like I said, this is a completely optional step. You can paint the whole inside, you can leave it alone, you can do this. You can get just plain markers, paint markers from what's it called? Walmart, I'm sorry. Probably, I believe you can get them from Hobby Lobby and Michael's too. Probably any craft store. But I just wanted to try this marker out because I think it'd go better. I think it would go better with my hardware than the silver I have from Walmart. So that's why I picked this. Or if you have one that has silver hardware, you can use silver. And I just feel like this will make it a little more fancier. So that's why I chose this one. So fingers crossed. When I get done, y'all can tell me what y'all think. I am absolutely loving how this came out, by the way. I think it looks great. Now, no, I'll tell you one. I'll explain it to you because I want to show you when I get done. This has something special that the others don't. Like I said, this came from Temu. A second. Alright, so I pretty much showed you. I will let you see it all when it's done. Alright, so there it is. I'm going to let it dry, and while I'm letting it dry, I'm going to talk to you about this marker that I was going to tell you about. Alright, so it is a, let's see, 6-pack and it comes with an extra marker. So here's what it is. It is rose gold, bronze gold, champagne gold, star gold, which is what I used, mocha gold, and then bright silver. And the extra marker is an elimination pen, and what it is if you mess up, you could take this and use the same way. You shake it up, you hold it down a little bit until it comes out, and then you can actually go back and erase what you did with this. I don't know if it'll work on wood. I do know it works on resin because I did it. I wanted to try it out and I didn't like how it came out. But so that is something I just really thought was really cool. And truth be told, when I got this, I did not know it came with this extra pen. It tells you on there, but I missed it when I bought it. I just thought it was really cool, and I wanted some more of these markers. And so that is something awesome, just to let y'all know. Alright, so give me a second, and then I will show you what it looks like when it is done. So there it is. There's the top. Here's the front again. Absolutely love it. And then there's the inside. I think it came out amazing. I absolutely love how it came out. And if y'all did too, please feel free to like, share, please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and comment down below, because it does help my channel grow and it lets me know what y'all are liking. So I will see y'all next time. Bye!